Welcome to the podcast, Dreamy Cappuccino, where stories, musings, and memoirs fill your cup with inspiration. Get your headphones on, find your favorite chair, and close your eyes. It's time to hit the reset button, and for this hot, foamy cloud of caffeine to take you away on a journey into your imagination. It's time to wake up and go to dreamland.
Meetings on the Hill. The hornet hooverer was a lonely man who lived in a lonely house on the hill. The house was full of trophies, honoring his abilities to hoover hornets in difficult circumstances. Throughout the years, he had been called to quite a few emergencies with his special hoover in order to save the party guests from being attacked by a hornet. Everybody knew that a hornet bite, depending on your blood and condition, can be lethal. The hornet hooverer had been called to weddings, important political meetings, funerals, and other most obscure events, which even can't be described. Clearly, the hornet hooverer was a savior and highly regarded man. In winter, one might think there was not much to do, but the hornet hooverer had a secret, a dark secret. And it involved his special hoover, which had been invented by the Italian pasta measurer. The Italian pasta measurer was mainly known for measuring pasta in pasta competitions, where he functioned as a judge. He was a secret inventor, and most people only knew him as the pasta measurer for Italian immigrants and honored him in this important function. The pasta competitions were quite influential, and it was up to the pasta measurer whether the competitors won the Italian pasta certificate or not. Obviously, spaghetti has a different size to a tagliatelle. The perfect Italian pasta maker would not only produce delicious, fresh pasta, but all the pasta would have the exact size they were meant to have, each single one of them. And if the different pastas tasted as good as one another, the measurement and exactness of the pastas would eventually cause the decision. It really had to be exact. The width, the length, how thick, how thin, etc. At the end of the day, it was up to the pasta measurer who gained a pasta license, which would enable the Italian immigrant competitors to sell their handmade pasta to supermarkets, 5-star restaurants, or they could even open their own fresh pasta shop. The Italian pasta measurer was as regarded a member of society as the hornet hooverer. He kept his other occupation as much a secret as the hornet hooverer kept his second profession a secret. The pasta measurer had sold quite a few of his inventions to the black market. Russian spies were particularly interested in his useful inventions. They always wanted to come up with more sophisticated ways to kill people, without it looking like a murder. And he not only supplied to the Russians, but quite a few other nations, like the Americans and others, which shall not be named, And of course, the Italian mafia. The Russians thought that their secret inventor was only trading with them. But it was too much a lucrative job. One day, the pasta measurer had an ingenious idea, and he approached the hornet hooverer, suggesting a meeting on the hill to give him an understanding of a very lucrative business opportunity. Luckily, the hornet hooverer had become a little bored with just saving people. So it was perfect timing for both of them. They held their first secret meeting in the hornet hooverer's lonely house on the hill. The hornet hooverer liked the possibilities of this new business and thought to himself that with the extra money, he could make his house more welcoming and be able to find himself a wife. The hornet hooverer said yes, and they made the deal. The pasta measurer took the hoover along and built it in a way that the sucked-in hornets would survive, and more so, would be fed with a certain substance which would make them killer hornets no matter what. The hornet hooverer had become a secret murderer, and the pasta measurer his agent. They would have a secret meeting on the hill, and then the pasta measurer would take the hoover with him, implanting a coded chip in one killer hornet so that it would kill the right person. After that, the hornet hooverer would go to the event in question, disguised as a cleaner, and release the hornet out of the hoover. Job done. In the summertime, the hornet hooverer would save people and collect hornets, and in the wintertime he would kill people. He thought to himself that it was a great way of keeping the balance. The hornet hooverer and the pasta measurer had become a great team and very good friends indeed. The hornet hooverer eventually did do up his house and even found himself a wife. His wife was absolutely clueless about her husband's darker activities. And when the two men had their infamous meetings in the house on the hill, she thought they were playing chess. Little, very little did she know.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Dreamy Cappuccino. The story you just heard can be found in Anya Kirsten's ebook, Inappropriate Colors, 12 Story Delights for the Wacky Mind. All stories are written and narrated by Anya Kirsten, with music composed by Chelsea Edwardson. To learn more about their work and creative opportunities, check out the info on the podcast channel and be sure to subscribe. Lastly, don't hesitate if you have a moment to drop a line and share your experience. See you soon when it's time for another dreamy cappuccino.